Hey everybody, it is ASIC Eric here. Late start today. Try and get a couple of the smaller things done. So I'm gonna try and finish up straightening the rocker seam. I think the passenger side is pretty close to done, but I don't think I ever did the driver's side, so I'll get the hammer and dolly out on that. And get the internal frame coating done in as many places as I can. Then we'll maybe take a look at the underside and see what else needs to be done under there. I'm not going to do any painting today. So that's the plan. So I have borrowed a tip from Mr. Fireman, Roger. I use a little piece of welding rod here to hold this thing here. This is the applicator for the Eastwood internal frame coating. For those of you who haven't seen this stuff before, there you go. You can see this spray tip has little nozzles there, so it'll put out a conical spray pattern out of here. I have a nice little hole in the rocker there to come in from this way. So you can see that will get me to about there, and then the spray of course will go a little further than that. And then hopefully, since I have this gap in the rocker right here, I'm going to be able to wedge this thing in there. That looks like that's not going to work. Maybe. Yeah, it wants to go up right there, but sorry, I don't know if you guys pointed in the right place. Yeah, that wants to go up. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get back here. There's no openings in the rocker or anything to get in there. Oh, actually, take that back from here. There we go. So it's not perfect, but that'll put us right to about there. Yeah, sweet, that worked out. All right, let me go ahead and I'll put the tripod on so you can see this stuff go. And you can see I also put a drop cloth under the car because I know this stuff is really runny and it's going to go everywhere probably, so I'll be prepared for that. Okay, got our spray can. Let's slide that up in there as far as it'll go. Pull this back. You can already see it running down on the ground there. Let's go ahead and put some here. Good run there. Now we're going to go ahead and go down in here. Actually, let me show you this. I think this one we can put on camera so you can see the difference here. Okay, we'll take a look down inside here. I cleaned this out the other day. Let's go ahead and shoot that in there and you'll see this is the before. And I'll show the after. I didn't put a very heavy coat in there apparently, but see, it's kind of black in there now. I guess I could go heavier. I didn't look after I did it, but yeah, I could put some more in there if I felt like it. But it is covered, or so it seems. Well, we can see that the drop cloth was a good idea. Whew. This stuff got all over the place. And then I put when you're done with that, you take, this is what they recommend, and I happen to have some. Put the spray nozzle on here and then use this to clean it out, which I did. So this part's clean anyway. On the outside's still dirty, but when I put it on there, just putting it on there sprayed a little bit of the pre and all over the floor. And on my shorts and on me, but I got me cleaned up. Anyway, so that's done. Hopefully that worked. And it is a mess. as I said. So if you're going to do that job, make sure you've got things covered up well. I dripped some here or there, so we'll get a sense to see how well that stuff adheres. I didn't prep those surfaces at all, it just dropped on there, so we'll see how well it sticks, I guess. But you can see it's pretty thick. I mean, just a drop of it there and it's covered. I sprayed some up from underneath there. You can see how that came down there, so. Alright. I came up, hit all of the cross members and stuff from underneath. You can see that sprayed up through the car there, so that's good. Came up under here, did all the frame rails. Like I said, the cross members up there. I did as much as the fuel tank supports as I could. Can't really get the nozzle up in there, but did our best. Alright, so that's done. Also, I straightened out this rocker over here. That's about as good as I can get it. I think that's okay. Go ahead and do the other side of the car now. You can see this side before even getting started. It's pretty straight. I am glad to see that this has that same little bow that the other side has. I was just noticing that and wondering if that's right. So the bottom of the rocker does bend out here. The rocker itself, you can see this one is just perfectly straight, unlike the other side. But oh well, I just wanted to show you this. This is almost perfect. It's got a little ding right there. And somebody hit it with a floor jack or something right there probably. So this one doesn't need much work. Alright, so there you can see, that's a lot better. I'm not going for perfection here. I'm not even sure it's achievable on this, but that's pretty good. And certainly when you look down the side of the car, it's not going to jump out at you. I guess I could fix that little spot right there, but you know, let me get that one. But that's about it. And then that last item I added to the list was touch up the bottom of the rocker. You can see from all that welding and hammering and stuff I did, the inside edge of the rocker's all chewed up. This one's the same story right here where I was beating on it. You can see there. So I'm going to get everything ready to prime, and I'll do all at the same time. So this is pretty much only the rocker here. The bottom of the car is mostly okay. So I'm just going to put primer on it, the black epoxy. I'm not going to bother putting this single stage on it because you're not really going to be able to see that edge anyway. And that's it. I got a couple of spots on the car. I don't know how this happened. Like right here, or something chipped the underside of the car. I don't know where that came from. I haven't had a floor jack or anything on it. It's been on the rotisserie. So I don't know where those came from, but something took a chunk out of the bottom of the car. So I'm going to patch those up too. Same thing. I'm probably not going to bother putting any single stage on it right now, because I may end up having somewhere down the road touching up the bottom of the car when all is said and done anyway. So I'll do all that at the same time instead of trying to fix it as we go, because it's going to be a long time before this thing's on the road. I'm sure with floor jacks and everything else, I'm going to screw it up somewhere along the way. And I may even end up deciding to put Raptor liner on the bottom. Jury's still out on this. I do like the look of the satin black on there, so I may just stick with that. But we'll see. Anyway, that's going to do it for this stuff today. What I'm going to do now, I bought this thing a few months ago for the spindles for the front end. I never put it together. I'll go ahead and do that because I have to get the spindles sandblasted and painted before I can put the front end together. So I'll go ahead and get that thing assembled. Alright, so I found a few mistakes in the instructions on this thing, so I'm going to end the video here today and make a separate video on the assembly of this thing for anybody else that's trying to make this thing hopefully if they don't know what to do. Hopefully I figure out what the mistakes are in the instructions. Anyway, thanks everybody, and have a good one. Talk to you soon. Since a lot of you guys have been making barbecue videos lately, I figure I'd make one. Got myself some baby backs here. I don't cook ribs all that often, so we'll see how this goes. But I'm going to do this indirect style. So I got the front burner on, the back burners are off. Go ahead and put the ribs in the back there. See how it goes. I'm going to cook them. I'm not going to go for like the all day 6-hour kind of thing. So I'll probably cook them around 300 or something. Hopefully it just takes an hour or two to get them done that way. We'll get these guys on the grill. Okay, so what's the story here, you ask? So I put a rub on these of brown sugar, garlic powder, paprika, cayenne pepper, salt and pepper. I also rubbed them with sea salt, only about 10 minutes before I put the rest of the rub on. This is kind of a rush job today. They only sat in the rub for 4 hours or so. I would typically want to have them sit for 8 hours or something, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'll bring you back when these guys have cooked. So I want to shut this guy down here, leave it for an hour, and come check on it, see how it's doing. Well, we're gonna have to see how this goes here, because I can only get up to 250 with that one front burner on, so it'll take a little longer to cook than I wanted, but hopefully not too bad. See here? Everybody has said, from what I've read, don't open this for the first hour. Leave it alone. So I'm not opening it. Got about 45 minutes on it right now, so we'll be cracking it open pretty soon. Okay, let's have an hour under their belt. Looking kind of yummy. I'm liking it. Get the meat thermometer and see how much progress they've made. Well, that's kind of surprising. According to the meat thermometer, these guys are up around 180. So they're well done. And look at that beautiful smoke ring on there. Looks good. Alright, so I'm gonna slather some barbecue sauce on these guys. Crank up the heat. Done. Actually, the center of these guys aren't done yet. I guess they're safe to eat at a 145, 150, but you want to get them up to around 190 to get the meat starting to fall off the bone kind of stuff, so this has still got a ways to go. Alright, there we go. 190 degrees. This one looks pretty good. This one looks a little overdone here, but oh well. Alright, let me slather some barbecue sauce on and get these dogs off of here. End of a long day. Ribs are done. Alright, I'm going to enjoy now. Thanks everybody.